Hello to all of my friends. Today we are at August 6th, 2024, and this is Gali Lucy. I will give you today a short video, a card layout regarding what is going on in Israel. Because I have done it in Hebrew, now I have to do the recording in English. So let's start. This is the card that I'm using. It's a Gilded La Normande. It belonged to Anne-Marie Adelaide La Normande. She created those cards 400 years ago. And you can buy those cards on my website, including my guidebook in English. Let's start reading. I'm taking the card out. And I'm mixing the card. Okay. Let's start with the first question. What is happening in Israel? I'm just dealing the card. Thinking about the question inside my head. Every time we are spreading the card, you can think about the question inside your head or just say it. Okay, what is happening in Israel in the current time? So we have it. Let's start. Once I'm spreading the card on the table, you can see that I'm spreading them in 3 and I'm reading them in 2. Everything that I have, that I'm explaining now, you have it written inside the guidebook in English. You can find the link into Amazon inside my website. Okay. I will spread the card. And I will give you the information, what is going on in Israel. Of course, good things are happening. Israel is the first state which is being cleaned, the first one which is being cleaned after Ukraine. Okay, let's see. So this is the layout of the card. What is happening in Israel? Every time that we are speaking, I will deal the card again and spread it again, and I will read it to you. We're spreading the card to 3. We read it in 2. The first card, because I'm in Israel, reading Hebrew, I will start from this point and not from this point. But nevertheless, it doesn't change much, okay? But this is my reading. So the first card talk about the son, the children, and a message is arriving. So the first line, first row. The son is revealing the truth about the children, about what is happening under the ground in Israel, what was happening from the establishment of the state. You have to remember that the state, all the government in Israel were always Khazarian Zionist, and the citizens in Israel are the victims, because we are, as citizens, we didn't know what is happening beneath the ground and what is happening inside the government. Everything that we have been through, every citizen of the world is dealing it now in these times, because we are all victims to our old governments that were controlling us. Okay, because everything that happened in Israel happen in every country in the world, mostly. So the first card talk about revealing. The sun is revealing, telling the truth regarding to the children that were kidnapped. Even in Israel, in the late 50s, there were about 6,000 children from Yemen who were being kidnapped in the hospitals and were transferred to United States, to a laboratory, to do awful things to them, and none of them came back. So, revealing the truth, children, something is coming. There is a message. Is a woman holding a letter, and she is riding a horse. Everything is fast. The second role talk about cutting. Cutting something very horrible beneath the ground. Cutting something very horrible that was belonged to the government. Cutting something that was from the establishment of the state. And this card 23 talks about, it always shows about something negative in all the set of these cards, because it's the only card that it is negative. You cannot, every spread that you are dealing and spreading this card, it always shows about something not good, very bad. So something has been cutting, just revealing the truth, something been cutting that was awful for many, many years from the establishment of the State of Israel. It's dealing, of course, it's talk about the children, it's talk about the tunnels beneath the ground, it's talk about biological weapon, it's talk about organs, that they were cutting organs, they talk about the diamonds, because there is no such things called diamonds. All the diamonds, the entities are just telling me, all the diamonds in the world were being made by the bones of those children who were being kidnapped and tortured. So the first thing is cutting those awful people that were cutting the awful people that were inside the state. We are talking about the government, we are talking about leadership in the army, we are talking about certain, almost all of the politicians, almost all of the politicians that were back in time into this current time, and mostly people who were involved in crime against humanity, mostly children. The third line rolled talk about many troubles, many cabal, many deep states, many members of people who are sacrificed to Satan. Many of them. There are many of them. This calls it's the Lily card. Lily talk about amount of people. So it's talk about a lot of people, okay? Inside Israel, there are around 800,000. This is what I receive. 800,000 people who were involved in those crimes. And recently I received another message from the entities that 200,000 have been executed already. So it's been around 600, half a million, which are inside of Israel, and they are being hunted, okay, by the Whiteheads, the army of United States, because Israel belongs to United States. We are the 52 stars in the flag. Again, you don't have to think about the the citizen in Israel I am also a citizen of Israel, that we are involved in such kind of crimes against humanity. We didn't know about all those things. The moment the corona started, our mind of those people who loves to research, we were researched for the truth, and we discovered from then until now a lot of truth that have been hiding beneath the ground, and everything is turned for the better because the truth is shocking to every person in the world to know about what happened inside Israel. And once you are listening to this recording, you have to be compassionate toward the citizen inside Israel, because the majority of the people are the victims. The minority inside Israel and around the globe were people with a lot of money and power who destroyed the world, the entity says. Okay, the third world. We have the lily, we have been in the hidden, okay? Many mices, many enemies, okay? Cabal, Illuminati, deep state, okay? A lot of mices are being hidden. It's talk about the government, it's talk about people in the hierarchy position, and what is happening to them is wonderful because they are being caught, they are being hit, okay? Wonderful card. This is like a karma. It's something like a closure. What is happening in Israel, it's like a closure from 1,000 years ago. It's a biblical closure. Because everything that happening now supposed to be 1,000 years ago. Because the Khazarian Zionists started then in the ancient time. And they were spreading around the world, and they came to Israel and destroyed Israel from within, from inside to the outside. So they are being caught. The government is being, you can see the card that they are being caught, okay? It's a closure, it's a biblical one. And it's like biblical, okay? Biblical. You can say it's a new Bible. You can say it's a Bible. It's a closure from ancient time. It's a program that was 70 years ago, 80 years ago. The program about killing and hunting the Cabal deep state and destroying them. It's inside a book with the missions. Something is coming from outside, from the sea, from the side of the sea, okay, from abroad, a ship. There are many ships of United States Army on the seawater in Israel, and they are protecting the citizen. They will launch missiles direct into the target, and the target belongs to the facilities, to the building, to the tunnels, to the entrance of the tunnels, to the exit of the tunnels. It's pointed. And United States is protecting Israel. And they are the one who will be shooting all those missiles inside Israel, but not on the citizen facilities, but on the Cabal, Illuminati, Deep State, all those people who were involved in crime against humanity, especially facilities like power facilities and etc., who were involved in crime against humanity. So something is coming from the sea, a ship, an American ship. There is the card of the birds. Birds talk about communication, media. They are controlling the media. We are talking about the white hats. We are talking about generals and soldiers from United States protecting the citizen in Israel from the enemy which is inside, within Israel. The enemy is being for many years in Israel inside the government, all the governments, inside the army. That's why, that's the reason last year, October 7, 2023, about what happened on the south of Israel. There were a terrorist attack against thousands of people who were murders, who were being chopped off their heads, stabbed, their houses were burned. Lots of bad things happened then. And the Israeli army didn't come and rescue the citizen for 8 hours. So this is a treason. This is something that the people in Israel are they are so hurtful, and they are suffering. We are suffering from the maniac and the craziness people who control us, from the government, from the head of the cities, people from the army. We lost a lot of soldiers, Israeli soldiers in Gaza, fighting against an enemy who were hired by those people from Israel. It's I know that maybe it can be shock, but the enemy is inside the country. It's in every state, in every army, in every government. Your government, it's your enemy. This is what I wrote in my book, Divine Creation, in 2014, 10 years ago. The entities were telling me what to write inside the books. And they were saying that we are separating from the Pisces age and we are moving forward very fast, to the Aquarius age. The age that we protect each other without any involvement of the army, of the police, of the force power from the government. We are the power. The power comes back to the citizen worldwide. Let's move on. So in this role line, we have a ship, we have the media, the communication, and we have something is coming into the house of the people, the house of the citizen, okay? The house of the citizen in Israel. The communication, the platform, the channels of the media inside the television will broadcast EBS, okay? It's emergency broadcast to the people. Once the missile will be flying inside Israel. So the media will show us, from the white hats, of course, they will show us, the citizen in Israel, what is happening inside Israel. Of course, the truth will be shocking because they're going to reveal the citizen, okay, from the outside. Another country is coming to save, of course, America. Another country is coming to save the citizen from the government. Israel is the first country, the first state, the first state country, okay, from the Middle East that is being cleaned now. Ukraine was the first one in the world because they had a nuclear weapon and it was SOS. So Ukraine was the first one by Russia. Russia is cleaning Ukraine. And the second one, of course, the first one in the Middle East, but the second one is Israel. And Israel is being cleaned. Okay. So the citizen will be inside their home, okay? And they will listen to the media, to the broadcast in the channel, and they will heal themselves, but slowly. Okay, because it's very painful. Sometimes when you reveal the truth, you don't want to listen, you want to cut it. You don't want to watch inside what is going to broadcast. Of course, the Whiteheads will not do it very awful for the citizen to see the truth. Of course, it will be with a movies, like a clip in a roll, that is a loop, that people will have the opportunity to listen. Because the majority of the people inside Israel and around the world, they are still asleep. And you need the media, you need a television to awaken them up. Because the powerful weapon of brainwash was the television, was and is the television. And thanks God, the Whiteheads control all the media around the world for about 4 years ago, since the Corona time. And Israel is going to be cleaned. It's being cleaned now. Let's move on and let's ask another question. We'll take the other cards and we deal it again. Let's ask about the Whiteheads are saving the people in Israel. Okay. A book, a mission. Let's take it from here. There is a book, there is a secret, which are reveals to the public. This is public, this is sun. The sun is revealing the secret. The secret and the plan of the bad guys, of the Kabbalah, Illuminati, Deep State. Those plan of destroying the population, of destroying the world, is coming to an end. So Israel is the last part of the movie. There is a bouquet, flowers. This is a good sign. Okay. Let's read it. So there is a secret. Okay, the secret are being revealed. This is what's happening in Israel. We are talking about, because this spread of cards talk about the Whiteheads, what they are doing inside Israel. So there is a secret, and they are in the hidden, and they are revealing the truth to the people, to the public, inside the social media, inside the television, inside the papers, news. And they are cutting the plan of the bad guys. They are ending the game. ending, and they are holding, and they're catching, and they are hunting. They are hunting those who wanted to hunt us. So they are doing it with flowers. They are revealing it with flowers because, of course, there is a flowers and there is a snake. And the snake, it's not a very good news, but there is no other way to awaken the people unless you are telling them the good and the bad, mostly the bad. If you want to awaken people, you need to show them. You cannot only tell them, you have to show them. Of course, show them about the snake who were in the public. You see the connection, okay? The snake who were in the public and where they had agenda to 2030 about depopulation, about killing the people, the citizen, about destroying, about human sacrifice, about horrible things, crimes against humanity. Whilst we are hearing about what the whiteheads are doing, so we are being happy to understand that someone is protecting us and revealing the truth, of course, and we are happy that those snakes, the Cabal, Illuminati, Deep State, they are being caught, and they cannot walk on the street because the information regarding to them is being revealed. So one side is happy and one side is sad because we lost soldiers, we lost children, we lost our health physically and mentally. We are being victim into this sadistic government from the beginning of the establishment of the State of Israel. It's very important, the entities are telling me to say it again and again. The citizen in Israel, the majority, are the victim. They are not connected to the Cabal, Illuminati, Deep State. They have none of it. They are not related to those animals, sadistic Khazarian Zionists, and they are not Jews. Regarding the word Jews, there is no such word inside the Bible. There is the word Hebrew, the Hebrew land, the Hebrew people, and we are talking Hebrew, exactly as the English language. There is the English people, and they are speaking English. So we are the same. There is no such things as the word Jewish or Jew, but there is the Hebrew. And we are going back in time, into the ancient time, to the simplicity to be Hebrew again. So on one hand, we are sad regarding to the news because the whiteheads are revealing us the truth. And on other hands, and we are sad about that. The picture of the woman, it's regarded to the liberty state in America. It's regarding to United States. The whiteheads belong to United States. They are revealing the truth. Israel is related to United States, belong to United States. Israel will be announced that we will be the 52 stars of the flag of United States, and it will be on 2025 ongoing. There is a war in Israel. Okay, there is a war in Israel. Many of the whiteheads, it's watching us in Israel. Let's talk about missiles again. What is happening in Israel? Let's see it again. missiles on the facilities in Israel of the Kabbalah Illuminati facilities. Let's take from the middle. The public. There are snakes inside the public, which are being revealed. Let's take from here. It's a karma. It's a closure from ancient times to take them down, to reveal them. They are in the public. They are trying to escape. You have to understand that Israel is like inside a lockdown. It's a feeling like a lockdown. Of course, the normal citizen can fly away, come and go. Lots of flying. There is. They are not flying in time. Some of the flights are being delayed or cancelled. There is a small, of course, they are being caught. The snake and those mice. The Kabbalah, Illuminati, Deep State are that well-being, okay? That well-being on the public. They are being caught. There is a massive caught of those Illuminati, Kabbalah, Deep State persons inside Israel. They cannot fly away. They cannot go from the sea because all the borders in Israel are being sealed. The only way is to fly, and they cannot do it. Because of that, we have the biometric passport. And the only way to go to run away from Israel is by going underground. Most of the tunnels, Israel has had 1,000 of tunnels, 2,000 of tunnels beneath the ground, and most of them are being bombarded by the white hats, by United States Army from 2017 ongoing. Israel has been under the control, and we are belong to United States from 2017, since Trump were winning the election on November 11, 2016. He was going to the Middle East. He went to the Middle East, and then he signed the agreement of Abraham agreements, and it's a peace in the Middle East. So there is a peace in the Middle East. Regarding all those stories about Iran is going to attack Israel, and Hezbollah and Hamas and Houthim, everything is inside. It's like a movie, because Iran will never attack Israel. Hezbollah, it's not existed. Hamas already, they are being bombarded, and Houthim from Yemen are not existed. It's a fiction movie. It's a Hollywood movie. And it's a script that the Whiteheads, the government, of course, the Whiteheads, and the army of United States under the control of the hidden President Trump. Let's do another spread of cards. Will Iran and Hezbollah and what else? And the Houthim are going to bombard Israel all over and destroy the country and the city and the houses of the citizens, the residents. Let's see. Missiles will be thrown on Israel, okay? But it's come with flowers, so it's not that dangerous. Many flowers. We don't have enemies. So-called Iran, so-called Hezbollah, Houthim, and other countries that want to bombard Israel, the Zionist entities, they will throw missiles, but it will be precisely on the facilities and on the tunnels and on maybe the facilities of the government, the facilities of their houses, of the members of the Cabal. America is watching. America is doing everything. They are doing this is very, very good. They are doing it quietly, in the hidden, precisely, professionally. Okay? America doing it from 2017. Revealing the truth. Revealing the truth. Cutting the enemy. Everything is under control because this is in the middle. America in the middle, very professional, doing everything. Those countries who are supposed or so-called, they are bombarding Israel. It shows here that America is doing it, not Iran, not Hezbollah, not Houthim from Yemen, no. America is throwing those missiles from the side of the sea, from the road of God, by laser, by missiles. It will be very precise, very pointed, okay? And they are cutting down those who were destroying America, cutting down those who will destroy the life of others, life of children, life of citizen, and making us as a citizen miserable and slave to the government, to the money, to the taxes, to do a military service. Okay? America is finishing. This is the Punisher, the finish. America is finishing everything that is happening in Israel. It's happened for the best. Missile will be thrown, a lot of them, but it will come with bouquet, with flowers. It's not that horrible. It maybe sound horrible. It will be very fast. It can be, I can see 3-4 days, or within 5 days, something like that. The missile will be thrown on Israel, thousands of missiles, and it will be directly, precisely on the facility of the Cabal Illuminati deep state, on the resident or the facility of the governments, many places who were destroying the health, destroying the citizen mental and health, okay? And America is doing it because we are belong to America. Every time you're taking something new, like an apartment, if you're buying a house, you have to clean the house before you're moving in. It's the same things. America is taking Israel, but they are cutting out those Cabal Illuminati deep state who were few inside Israel, like the rest of the people, the rest of the Cabal around the world, because the majority have nothing to do with the Cabal Illuminati deep state. Few, okay, the minor, there were few people with a lot of money, a lot of power that they received from their positions, and they destroyed the world. I spoke about it a lot inside of my books from 2014 and up to 2018. The first one, Divine Creation, from 2014, 2015, the future, what will happen until the year 22,000. And the third one, Aquarius Age, was published on 2018, and the Corona came on March 2019. So everything was precisely on the perfect time, before the Corona, to open our mind, to see through, to understand that the world that we were living in was a lie. Everything that we were seeing inside the television was something bad, because they were playing with our mind around the world. It's the celebrity, it's the famous people, it's running around the money and becoming a slave to the money. It's the sport, the entertainment to the people. They were doing everything they can for not letting us investigate and thinking through and deep, because they were washing our mind constantly. Governments, they are the enemies of the citizen around the globe. We are separating from the Pisces, the age that was controlling the people. Minority of people were controlling millions. It can be royalties and dictators. They were prime ministers and president and so on. Rich people, of course. And we are moving along. We are separating now from 2,106 years. It's written in my books, of slavery, of minority who were cutting and stealing most of the wealth in the world. And we were the mices. We were working day and night in order to supply to ourselves and to pay taxes and to pay for them. And they control us. And now the movie is turning away, upside down, because they are being killed and executed. The military is doing the work, of course. It's a secret military. It's in the hidden. It's belong to the white hats, to America, inside Israel. And they are cutting those people, those awful people. And they are taking them to a military court of them, of course not in Israel. And they are moving to Gitmo or to other bases, military bases, and the answer is one: death. The answer is one. Once you are doing crimes against humanity, you will be taken, you will be put into a judge, of course, in front of a judge, and you will be sentenced to death, because treason and to be a pedophile and to do crimes against humanity and to harm the citizen, to harm their food, to harm their the drink water, the fluoride inside, awful things that they were doing constantly during those years. And they are going to pay. God is cleaning the world in the 27 years. This is what I explain in my second book, The Future. There is a 52 years, which I explained there, there is a formula that the entities gave me, and I put numbers inside. And I move backward 4,000 years, and I move forward 22,000 years move forward. And I discovered that there is a numerological, astrological movement. There is an order of numbers which are repeated themselves of 52 years, which are divided to 25 years of chaos, and after that 27 years of divine creation. And 2024 is the 27 years, number 27. And in this specific year, God, the creation, is cleaning the world. Is cleaning the world. The first one was Ukraine. The second one is Israel. And the next one, the following up, will be France and the rest of Europe. Of course, you have to understand, the entity is telling me now to tell you, that you have to understand that all this movement, everything that happening, we talk about, of course, we talk about the white heads, but above it, there are the Palladian. And the Palladian took control of humanity, and they are protecting us from ourselves, from extincts, from bombarding ourselves with bombs, which is not allowed to do. And we cannot bombard countries. Country cannot use atoms, okay? But what I meant to say is to the Palladian. Everything that we are seeing now is the plan of the Palladian, and they are cleaning the world. They are being guided from the entities, from God, from the creation, and they are using the white hats and the good fellows, which are the BRICS countries, of course, like India and Russia and Iran. Of course, it's inside. And many countries, of course, United States also. Many countries are in it, and they are saving the world. The Palladian took control of humanity on this planet. And from time to time, within the following years, up to 2028, I think currently this is the year, 2028, it can start from the middle of 2027, we'll be able to see the Palladian, to see them. And it's wonderful, wonderful things to do and to see. You have to understand that you never die. You have the opportunity to come again and again, many times as you want, because you cannot die ever, because you are a spirit, not a soul. Every time she tells me to tell you that, it's written inside my book, but I will say it. Every one of us is a ball of light. And once you want to come back inside a human form, as a human, as a plant, as an animal, you are renting a soul from the bank of the souls in order to fill in a human body, to breathe in life. And then, in the moment you die, you are coming out, your soul is coming out from the body, going back to the bank of the souls, and you are going back to your souls, which is to be balls of light. Israel is being cleaned. Israel was the head of the snake. And I'm talking about the Khazarian Zionist government and their membership of the follow-up positions and their guides and their friends, of course. The citizens in Israel have nothing to do with the Cabal, Illuminati, deep state. And I'm talking about the majority of the citizens. We are not involved of these things. It's very important for me to move this, to bring this message forward, because people think that Israelis are involved inside of it and we are inside these crimes with them. We are not involved inside those crimes, because the majority are victims as much as you are inside your government, because all the government, all of them, done crimes against humanity. It's silly to come to the citizen and to blame them, because we are in the same game. We are separating from the Pisces and moving forward to the Aquarius age. Age of communities, no governments, no boundaries, no enemies, and no armies. We will live in peace. There is an army, there is a war in Israel, so-called war. But this war is being guided, directed by the white hats, okay? By the army of United States, which are many generals are inside the country of United States, of Israel, of course. And they are leading the people, leading the member of the government. If you are asking how come the politician on the coalition, how come they come involve and communicate with the white side and the generals? So the original people, most of them in the parliament, the politician, most of them are being changed. They took in away, the original been took away, and they put an actor with a silicone mask on his face. And because of that, you cannot see. It's the same things with Biden. The original was taken away and kaput. Well, being executed on crimes against humanity. Of course, the whole family. You cannot leave any one of them alive. Because you don't want some of the member of the family in the years for comes that he will be revenge, that he will revenge the death of his family. But you can see on the television that Biden, it's not Biden. The original one, it's not look the same as the actors looks. The same things with the Prime Minister in Israel, the same things with the high people inside the politician in Israel. And that's it. Thank you for listening. So you don't have to be afraid about what is happening. Just be with compassion regarding to the victim, us, the victim of Israel, which we are. We are victims like you are. Everyone who is listening to this recording, to see this movie, to see this this talk about the card, see that we are all victims. We are all victims of our government. And we have to have compassion against each other, because we've been fooled. But Israel is being cleaned And in 2025, after the war in Israel, of course the so-called war, in 2025 there will be announcement by Trump to bring to bring a peace in the Middle East, and it will be in 2025, around the first chapter of 2025, and within up to 5 years, up to 2030, will be a peace worldwide. Everything that I'm telling you, including this one, I wrote in my books, because the year of the light is coming in 2025, and it's going to be amazing again in Israel. It's going to be amazing again in Israel. United States, they're taking away those criminals. Everything is the criminal from the government. Taking away the criminal from the government. Of course, it's a secret. Many criminals. And it will be worldwide, because many government will be taken away. But it's going to be fine again. Peace in the Middle East first, and then worldwide peace up to 2030. So we don't have to be sad. We just have to be with compassion against each other, against what the people in Israel is being suffered. You have to remember that the people in Israel they were injected with horrible stuff inside their body in the corona time. Most of the population they were injected. So please, compassion toward the Hebrew people. Compassion worldwide. Only compassion. Don't be angry about the Jewish. We are not Jewish. The Khazarian Zionists invented the word Jewish. We are the Hebrew people, and we speak Hebrew. And you will be surprised. Within 1 year or 2 years, that we are all over the world. You will be surprised that we are all the Hebrew people that was spreaded around the world, and now we are going to be united again. And that's it. So thank you for listening to this video. I will upload more video here and there, of course. And thank you for your patience to listen to me. Of course, this is not my tongue language. Regular, I speak Hebrew, now I speak English, so I'm speaking slowly. But every time that I'm speaking, I will correct myself here and there, because we are learning from everything. Thank you for listening. And maybe God will be with all of us, because they are with all of us. And it's going to be peace in the Middle East. Israel is being cleaned. For the first time, after thousands of years, it's going to be clean again and good again. And once we will be cleaned, the whole world will be cleaned too. Thank you for listening. We'll take a deep breath inside of us, inside the lung, and we will say the 2 sentences. Put a smile on your face. Always believe in God, because it's going to be amazing again. Gali Lucy.